Welcome once again to another episode of Spirit Walking with SpiritWalker. Hello, I'm your host SpiritWalker, and I am here in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia, next to the Chattahoochee River. Thank you, Alan Jackson. And I am experiencing a little bit of the charm of Bavaria at beautiful Helen, Georgia. Let's walk. Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, you can get a bed and breakfast or hotel room right here on the Chattahoochee. Sit out and eat some dinner. Beautiful area. Now, Helen, Georgia was established in 1913 as a logging town. It was a logging town, and it was named after the daughter of a logging official. But in 1969, with logging in decline, they decided to change it into a Bavarian style town. And basically all of the architecture is now required to maintain that South German architecture. It's now a tourist town, but it truly is like going back in time to Germany for me, as I was in Germany during the early 1990s. If you were wondering if Helen, Georgia is a sister city to another city in Europe, there's your answer. Fusen, Bavaria. Now, I came up from the warmer climes of Alabama, where it was like in the 80s and 90s, up here into the Blue Ridge Mountains, where it's a little chillier up here in Bavaria. So I had to stop in and get me a nice shirt and get suited up for the Alpine experience. It's a little taste of the Alps and the Alpines. I didn't know that there was a little taste of the Navajo life. Navajo, that's my people. That's out in New Mexico and Arizona, in that area. But you can get some Navajo jewelry. This store is closed at the moment, but there's Navajo jewelry on this side, and then if you sweep around to the other side, you can get some rice jewelry from the rice tribe. Taste the Wild West in Bavaria. Wild West old-time photos. Might have to stop in and get some of those. Get on a wanted poster. Over here at Mountain House Treats, you can get cigars, so you've got to have a wooden cigar store Indian. I think I know the guy that posed for that. Shh! This is the noise-sensitive area. Be courteous. Then there's Muller's famous fried cheese cafe. Of course, what would Bavaria be without fried cheese? Can't eat everywhere, Spirit Walker. You can't eat everywhere. And this is the Helen Arts and Heritage Center, which has a gift shop and a history museum in it. I was here one time way back in the early 2000s, and I believe I walked along this strip here, looked at some of these shops. You find a lot of little alcoves like this just right off the beaten path. A lot of different shops down in there. Old-fashioned goodies. What could be better than walking through an old village listening to Roll Out the Barrels? Here's the mason jar shop. Got all kind of arts and crafts and gifts and decor with a mason jar theme. This is like the third old-timey photo shop that I've seen here. Seems to be a lot of those as well. Though there is a large waterfall, a natural waterfall in the National Forest here, there's a small waterfall right here in downtown. It even has bears. One thing I remember about being in Germany in the early 1990s was the fact that everybody walked everywhere they went. and it was very hilly. Just like here, you can see downhill, uphill. I'll tell you what, the Germans have some well-developed calf muscles. So it's only appropriate I'm spirit walking in Bavaria. There's a nice little park here at one end of the street. And again, as you can see, it is hilly. Up and down. Looks like a pretty little park here. Why does everything have to be uphill? So it turns out to be a nice little park. Come up and let the kids play. You know, the Germans drink a lot of beer, wine, and eat a lot of food. But they're not really an obese nation like we are. The reason is they walk so much. And they live in a hilly country like this. Not really a lot to the park, but it is a nice little peaceful park right here on the edge of town. Love this covered bridge here in the park. They seem to like waterfalls a lot here. Here's another little waterfall. Flows down under the bridge, out the other side. And this is the other end of the waterfall that comes out from underneath the bridge. Comes all the way down here to the street. And right across the street you see some live music going on. You see that guy on the left there, right under the white awning. Everywhere you turn, live music, live music. A beautiful little community. One thing you will find a lot of here in Helen is jerky. You can get it anywhere, and you can basically get it made out of anything you want. Right here is Jerky Snack Shack, and right across the street is Rob's Jerky Emporium. Can you get jerky made out of anything? Yes, you can. Wonder if they make it out of exotic game fish. Jerky and bacon. There are even amusement rides here in Helen, Georgia. There's the Georgia Mountain Coaster. You can see people starting to ride down the hill. There's a wedding chapel in town. Some of the things that are coming up. The Kringle Market coming up in November and December, and dropping of the Edelweiss December 31st. And as I said, in 1969, when the ordinance was passed that all buildings in the town had to conform to a Bavarian style architecture, even that meant the franchises like Wendy's here has the architecture appropriate for this town. Isn't that cool? Next to the Hellendorf Inn and the Hellendorf Hotel. And here's the Alpine Wedding Chapel back down on a back street back here, and it's right next to Pirates Cove Adventure Golf. Adventure golf. Anytime I play golf, it's an adventure. It's more like an adult Easter egg hunt when I play golf. It's right next to the Festhalle, where I guess that's the big meeting center for the Oktoberfest that they have out here in Helen. I think the Germans are always having Oktoberfest. And here's the adventure golf at the Pirates Cove. Pirates headquarters are in there. A lot of spooky things going on in the Pirates Golf. They even have waterfalls at the Pirates Cove golf course. And then there's this guy. What kind of water hazard is that? Play putt-putt golf in Helen. You may get fired upon. Dodge the cannon fire. And then there's this guy. And if you're a really bad golfer, they put you in the dungeon. I guess it's better than walking the plank. I don't think that's what they meant by covered wagons. But these are right here in Helen. You can take a wagon ride. They will do that later on tonight. Covered wagons in Georgia. Well, Spirit Watchers, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Spirit Walking with SpiritWalker here in Helen, Georgia. And I'll be back with more. Thanks again for sharing and liking and commenting and subscribing to this channel. It helps me make more videos. Look for more to come. We're heading to the park tomorrow. So, good night. And as usual, this is Spirit Walker, and I approve of this message.